Mobile gaming, infamously known for their predatory nature. Specifically, companies make more money developing a game for the mobile device. Ironically, the current business model adopted by modern mobile games is that they are free to play. The million-dollar question is, how does a company get you to open your wallet? Well, I'm guessing that spenders have the means to spend money without it hurting their income. But sadly, that's not always the case. Mobile games like to set up what I like to call whale traps. To define what a whale is, a very large marine mammal with a streamlined hairless body, a horizontal tail fin, and a blowhole on the top of the head for breathing. Inversely, there's a term coined free-to-play, where the player does not spend money to play the game. Now personally, I'm not a gamer that enjoys this pay-to-win system, but I do like to win. From my experience playing mobile games, I might be able to provide some insight on the dark tactics mobile gaming companies like to use. First up, the Gacha. Dopamine-driven system that can make or break players. Very similar to, if not borderline, gambling. A form of monetization popularized in Japan where the prize paid for is random. Ingrained in Japanese culture. Look up the definition of omikujis and tell me that isn't a form of the gacha. This feature is integral to modern mobile games. Advertisement. Western games like Candy Crush, Fruit Ninja, those random mobile games seen in the top 100, display ads in their game in order to generate revenue in between the downtime, even providing incentive to watch more ads for more in-game bonuses such as extra stamina or unique currency. Speaking of stamina, stamina is notoriously known in the mobile gaming community. It is a resource that players require to even play the game. Stamina, like its namesake, is limited, but recharges over a period of time. Bonus points if the game has multiple systems that also require recharging. Sometimes, mobile games provide incentive to play at specific times of the day. Time gating is a method used to stall or halt the player's progress. Unlike stamina, can be applied in the form of content updates. Instead of releasing all of the content in a single update, companies prefer to release a constant stream of content in small batches, thus reducing the feeling of downtime or content droughts. Mobile games can also straight up lock content behind a timer, where the player cannot access it until the conditions are met. Dailies are a to-do list of specific tasks where in-game items are rewarded as incentive to complete. These tasks are refreshed daily and usually do not differ from the day prior, creating a routine as well as recycling the content to form mobile gaming habits. Used to psychologically condition the player to play their game every day. This is not only specific to mobile games. How can we monetize participation? Oh, I know. Battle passes. Not too dissimilar to dailies, adding more to the to-do list for exclusive rewards such as limited time skins. The amount of rewards you get is usually correlated to the amount of specific tasks completed that season. Battle passes are a set price and need to be rebought per season. Monthly passes. Where have I heard that concept before? Usually eclipsing all other deals in the microtransaction store. These passes can only be used once a month and mainly come with the catch of having to log into a game daily to receive full rewards. A very generous offer indeed. Popular IPs. You see this in the form of collaborations, when companies decide it's time to milk their old IP. Now, there's too many examples to list, and no IP is sacred. Mobile gaming advertisements. Since most mobile games are technically free to play, companies can advertise whatever they want without the repercussions. By now, most people have caught on to it, and it's become more of a meme. Power creeping. It is less controversial for a company to buff than to nerf. When players finally finish a mobile game, people tend to stop spending money. Waifu collecting. Waifus are fictional characters, usually in anime or related media, that people can have romantic affections for. In an era where animation and VTubers are put on a pedestal, by making characters appealing towards a certain audience, provides further incentive to spend money or time for the deeper bond. Long ago, many MMORPGs required a concept called grinding, and people were tired of it. Gameplay mechanic unique to mobile games is a feature called autoplay, also known as auto battles. Fast forward. This is what happens when players want the satisfaction of completing a game without actually playing the game. Unique currency. You're probably seeing this in most games with microtransactions. Instead of directly buying in-game assets, having to buy specific currency and using said currency to buy another specific currency to finally obtain the things you don't want. At first glance seems harmless. It has the psychological effect of blurring the gap between how much you're spending and how much you think you're spending, also known as currency distancing. FOMO, fear of missing out. Games create artificial scarcity in any materials used in. Encouraging socializing. Socializing is crucial to mobile games, even if the game is single player. Friends lists, guilds, and other parasocial relations that tie you to a game. Almost as if the game is just the front for its real purpose as a social media platform. Which reminds me, remember to leave some comments down in the video about your thoughts on these tactics companies like to use. Bad graphics. Mobile games generally cost less to develop when compared to their PC or console gaming counterparts. But with new updates in mobile gaming technology, the gap has been slowly closing, as you can tell by this example. Fun gameplay. Let's get down to the real dark side of mobile games. Manage decline. I assume most companies have already planned out the life and death of the mobile game you are playing. Mobile games rely on constant updates to survive. When a mobile game is tied to a server and has been in service for many years, there comes a time when the company considers whether it's worth it to keep investing money or pull the plug and take their losses. Managing declines is the idea of slowly dwindling content and updates until most of the player base leaves out of their own will, freeing the responsibility of the company to compensate for any losses spent on the game. If a company is relocating all the budget that they made somewhere else, it might be a sign the company has already entered a managed decline. Rigging the rates. Present-day gachas are transparent when it comes to their prize pool, even down to the specific percentages. However, it wasn't always this way. In the past, companies could set any odds they desired to their prize pool, and the average player wouldn't know any better. One of the most popular mobile games actually set the trend after receiving major backlash from their community, namely, the Grand Blue Fantasy scandal of 2016. This story starts with the game in question having a banner where a highly desired character called Enchilla was on rate-up. A Japanese player named Taste decided to stream the gacha to the world. Over the course of the day, he attempted the gacha over 2,275 times, which is equivalent of spending $6,065, and technically, the company in question didn't do anything wrong, because the unit technically was on rate up at 2 times whatever it was before. Companies did not have to reveal the actual numbers, so players would create their own PowerPoints to get a gist of the percentages. And based on the data, obtaining a unit on rate up was generally around 3% chance. Until that New Year's banner. After the fiasco, Gacha rules forever changed. In closing, I want to address to my viewers that there is no such thing as true free-to-play. Based on my experience, most free-to-play users are paying with their time rather than money, and I would argue the former is more important than the latter. In all sincerity, I hope my explanations can help you discern whether a mobile game is introducing a system meant to benefit players or their stockholders. Thanks for watching! If you're interested in hearing more about mobile gaming, I left some links down in the description of YouTubers with some ideas I thought were fascinating. Check it out. They say I need some Rogaine to put in my hair. Working out at the gym to fit my underwear. Oakley makes the shades to transform a tool. You'd hate for the kids to think that you've lost your cool. I'ma do the things that I wanna do. I ain't got a thing to prove to you. I'll eat my candy with the pork and beans. Excuse my manners if I make a scene. I ain't gonna wear the clothes that you like. I'm finally dandy with the me inside. One look in the mirror and I'm tickled pink. I don't give a hoot about what you think.